A student who organized a walkout against Florida's Don't Say Gay bill has been suspended indefinitely. So now on Thursday, students in schools across Florida had staged walkouts with hundreds of students to protest a bill that would prohibit primary school educators from engaging in discussions related to sexual orientation or gender identity. It would restrict mention of LGBTQ plus topics in classrooms that they consider to be not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. It also says that parents will be given greater authority to take legal action against the school districts, against teachers, if they were believed to be in violation of this law. So now, of course, that is ridiculous. It's an attempt, of course, to erase LGBTQ plus people in schools. So now more than 20 schools were identified as participants with hundreds of students walking out. And it was organized by Flagler Palm Coast High School senior Jack Petocz, who organized a walkout. So very, very interesting. I love it. That's amazing. It wasn't just his school, 20 other schools. So look, he organized it online and apparently had a very serious ability to rally people to this wonderful cause. I absolutely love it. In fact, when he was asked about this, he called the bill, quote, homophobic and discriminatory, which it absolutely is, and commended students across the state for pushing back against, quote, regressive legislation like Don't Say Gay. We must let our politicians know that no matter how hard they try, they cannot suppress our identities or silence our voices. He wrote, Gen Z will not stand idly by as our rights are stripped from us. It is now up to you to decide which side of the history you will be on, the side that empowers us or on the side that seeks to erase us. Incredible, just incredible, standing up for, members of the community, standing up in such a way and able to get, a lot of people involved. That really is very, very amazing. I absolutely love it. Now, of course, he was punished for it, as I mentioned. Let's get to that. Following the protest, Pedox told the News Journal that he had been suspended until further notice, indefinitely, pending a investigation. Investigation, huh? He said that after the rally at his own school, he was escorted off school grounds by administrators and suspended indefinitely, despite having received prior approval from the school to hold the demonstration. According to the student's statement on Twitter, he had been punished for distributing pride flags during the rally, which were confiscated by school officials. Why would they want to confiscate it? Why? Well, he said that I believe this attempt to threaten me and remove me from campus is riddled with homophobia and bigotry. You're silencing a queer student standing up for what he believes in his rights, and you're disciplining him for challenging you on the allowance of pride flags at a gay rally? It's ridiculous. It truly is. Absolutely. He also explained how the school itself was looking to shut them down. In fact, an hour before the protest, the principal, Greg Schwartz, had pulled him aside and voiced his opposition to the pride flags, the over 200 that he had purchased from his own money and brought to school to distribute to other students. He said, quote, he told me I wouldn't be allowed to distribute the flags. He went further to question the intentions of our protest, asking if pride flags were relevant to opposition to the bill. Let's see. You have a homophobic piece of legislation. Okay, and you have a gay student that's fighting back. Yeah, it seems pretty relevant to me. Pretty relevant. What a weirdo question. Weird. And he ignored it. He's like, well, you know what? No, I'm still going to do it. In fact, he said that I decided to move forward and handed the flags to other student organizers for distribution. After that, he was suspended and said that he had informed the principal, and this is ballsy move, right? Quote, I'm not going to speak with you. I'm going to go talk to a lawyer. Those are some balls right there. Again, I absolutely love it, right? Standing up for the principal, standing up for what is actually correct, what is actually right, for people's rights. I mean, I absolutely really like this because, look, the whole purpose of the bill, as I've explained, is just to try to erase LGBTQ plus people from classrooms. That's it. I mean, they think, I don't know, maybe they think that, like, talking about the gay is going to make you gay. Well, no, that's not what happens. Talking about gay, learning about the gay does not give you the gay. It's not contagious. You don't get it from sitting on a toilet seat. No, ridiculous, right? No, and by the way, if you ask people who are LGBTQ plus, if you ask them when they realized that they were that way, generally they will tend to tell you that it was pretty early in their lives. A lot of them, of course, had to keep it quiet, but I think they'll tell you that they knew. They knew, and that's why it's important, of course, to have these conversations. Sometimes, yes, they know, but haven't figured out how to put it into words, how to explain it. They don't know how to explain it and don't realize this is actually totally fine. It's normal. It's an acceptable part of being a human being. But what DeSantis and the right are trying to do is they want to crush that knowledge because they legitimately think that if we don't talk about this, well, then there's going to be less gay. And that's just not true. There's still going to be the same amount of gay and trans. You're just going to have people that think it's, that hate themselves, that have this internalized hatred of who they actually are. And they are not able to express themselves, to be themselves. So, and of course, the reason that DeSantis is doing this is because it's culture war. It's all about the culture war. It's all about stirring up old hatreds in order to get, and by the way, insecurities and hatreds, to just to try to get support and votes from people who are ignorant and hateful. That's all it is. And so see it for what it is. I'm really glad to see that these students are fighting back. They're doing the right thing. And it makes me think the kids are all right. The kids are all right.